Yo, 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 Yizzo. Welcome back to another episode of Mornings with Omar. And I'm your host, of course, Omar. And I thank y'all for tuning in, man. The best of us. This that new Val. Straight off the mixtape VVO1. Out right now in your phones. I told y'all. Enough is enough. Yeah. Right now, it's in your phone, man. Check that out. This one's called Miscommunication. And we both out here. Yeah. Thank y'all for tuning in again. Thank y'all, man. Wherever you're tuning in from, wherever you're listening, I appreciate it. We here, we back. Another episode. We made it. Happy Friday. I hope everybody's doing well. Yo, we are officially approaching the end of the month of January. And it's almost over. Like, we here now. I don't know about y'all, but this month just flew by real quick. Like, felt like just last week there was people being wild in front of the Capitol building, and now we here at the end of the month with mad shit that happened. Like, mad shit that happened, and I feel like it's gonna be a wild ride. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I hope everybody's just been doing what they got to do, staying consistent. Staying consistent and checking off goals and getting things done and being active, going to the gym, taking care of their mental health, staying present in the moment. Because we're gonna need all those things. We're gonna need to stay fit, stay healthy, stay mindful to get through this year. I'm doing okay, as y'all know. Last week we did not have an episode, and I did have my brother did pass unexpectedly, and this episode is gonna be dedicated to him. And I love you, bro. I know you're in a better place now, and I'll see you when I get there. It's been rough. It's been hectic. But we're not gonna start with that. We're gonna try to start with some lighter news. I don't know how much I got for y'all today, but I'm gonna give you what I got. Still a lot going on. It's still a lot of emotions. It's still a lot of responsibilities, things that need to get done. But we're getting through it. I'm getting through it. The family's getting through it. And just keep our thoughts and your prayers with us. And we'll be strong enough to get through this. But again, thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all for listening, checking me out all the time, every day, every Friday. And I'm glad I can be that person that y'all check into. So let's. I've been watching some good movies prior to like I said, me losing my brother, and I had a good little show lined up last week, but I did want to talk about some movies that I seen that I just felt like y'all should check out if y'all didn't already. And one is, well, there's a few of them that I saw these on Prime Video. First one was One Night in Miami. Great movie, really good movie. I'm not gonna tell you too much. I'm just kind of tell you what it's about because I don't want to spoil it. I hate when people, get on videos or get on podcasts and they just, spoilers, man. Like, you got to give the heads up so I can at least try to, skip through all that. But I'm not gonna spoil anything. I'm just gonna tell you what it's about and why I think you should check it out. Excuse me. So, One Night in Miami is based upon, obviously off the title, One Night in Miami, when Muhammad Ali and Sam Cooke and Malcolm X and Jim Brown, they all met up in Miami. and it's just kind of based upon, you know, based on true events, and it's a little fictionalized, but it's a really good movie, and it just kind of gives you a perspective on what each person is going through at that time, and you know how they're all friends and stuff like that, which I think is just really cool itself. That you know these four legendary icons all met up and just you know had a good night in Miami. So definitely check that out. That's on Prime Video. One Night Miami, really good. Another movie that I also saw, I had like a Prime Video night though. So yeah, I mean, I seen a few movies on there. Other night, I mean not the other night, the other movie that I saw that y'all should check out is called Black Box. Now this movie is about a guy. I think he has a car accident. I can't remember the actor's name. I can't remember, but they do have what's her name? Phyllis Rashad. I think that's her name from the mom that was on the Cosby Show. Um, she's in there, and I can't remember the main actor's name, but he did a good job. And it's about the main actor. He loses his memory, and I don't want to give too much away, so I'm not gonna try to. I'm gonna try not to say too much. But he loses his memory, and he's trying to remember who he is, and he starts to feel like, you know, things just don't add up, you know, by certain events and things like that. But Black Box, it's a really good movie, and I don't know if I even gave enough to kind of give you a hint about how good it is. You just gotta watch it. It's called Black Box, man. Just pick a night, a weekend, maybe Saturday, Sunday, one of these days when you're free. Kick back, throw Black Box on. Listen, I was just uh, skimming through things. I came across it, clicked it off the humbug, and it's really good. So, Black Box, check that out. Yes. Another movie, also Prime Video. This one's called The Silencing, and this movie is about. It's really good. Let me think. Is there any main actors in it that's familiar? I don't think so. I think it's all not really too known actors and actresses. Uh, but The Silencing, it's about a guy. I think he's like in search of his missing daughter that disappeared 2 years prior, and another sheriff who like moved away from this town. She came back and like, you know, she's the sheriff now. So it's the sheriff and this guy who was missing his daughter. They're playing like a cat and mice game with this person that, you know, just seems like he's always, or maybe she, I don't know, can't remember. Now I don't want to tell you. Is always like a couple steps ahead, and they just can't seem to get in front. And it's just a really good movie, you know. And it's not like I like how I like the twist on it, you know. You think it's gonna go one way after you're watching it, you're gonna be like, oh damn, that's crazy, and then boom, it takes you a whole another way. So it's a really good movie. You should check it out. I don't think I've seen any black people in this movie, but that's okay. You know, you don't always have to have black people in the movie. There's just none in there, but it's still a good movie. Check that out for sure. Prime Video as well. The Silencing is what that's called. And the last movie that I'm recommending to y'all that y'all watch, of course, is American Skin. Now, this is the same person, Nate Parker, who directed Birth of a Nation, maybe like 3 or 4 years ago or something like that. And I don't want to I don't want to say too much about this movie either, because like I said, I don't want to tell you what it's about and you think it's just like some cheesy movie, or you think it's you kind of figure it out already. Because I know I'm the type of person, if I read or hear too much about what a movie's about, then I'll just like formulate the whole story and the plot in my head and feel like I know what's going to happen. So that's why I'm not trying to give y'all too much detail in case y'all are the same type of people. But, you know, it's a really good movie, and it's like a movie that I feel like everybody should watch, no matter your race, no matter your ethnicity, no matter how you identify. It's a really powerful movie, and you know it's like a not a tear jerker, but like an emotion jerker. You know, it pulls at your emotions and it makes you look at things from different perspectives, and it's really good. It's just a really good movie. Um, like I said, it's Nate Parker. He's the same person that did Birth of a Nation. If you've seen that, it's not the old Birth of a Nation. You know that old racist one that I'm not even. I remember the name of the guy who directed it, but the old that's not that one. It's more recent, and it's about Nat Turner's rebellion in Virginia, and that was a really powerful movie too. And you know the critics, those damn critics, they gave it like a low score, and you know they didn't get too much publicity because what the movie's about. So if you haven't seen Birth of a Nation, that's another movie that you should definitely go back and watch. And American Skin, I look before I watch the movie. It's funny, you know, I look on Rotten Tomatoes sometimes just to see the scores and stuff like that, and I think it had like a 40%. You know, but these are people that, you know, they're the same people that hindered the last movie he made. And when movies are really powerful and they speak volume, I feel like Rotten Tomato and other outlets of media critics, movie critics, whatever they're called, um, movies like that, they really try to not publicize as much because they're too powerful, and I feel like people have that laziness in them, so like they'll just check the score of a movie, see that it's not scored high, and just not even watch it without even getting their own, formulating their own opinion of a movie, so besides that low Rotten Tomato score, there was like people that actually reviewed the movie, like normal people, like just me and you, everyday people that actually like reviewed the movie, and like I think they rated it themselves, and it had a high rating, like a high rating with powerful, not powerful, with just good comments about it and stuff like that. So it just goes to show you that, your everyday people is still the people that, that really matter. These couple people that are in these positions, and they'll say, oh, these three people, this movie's not good. That doesn't matter, because as long as the people hear and see the movie and see your vision and hear what you're trying to say and hear the messages that you're trying to portray, those are the people that really get it. So whatever you're doing and stuff like that, don't listen to the few people that are naysayers and downers, and they hard to please people. Like, don't worry about that. Worry about the people that support you, that encourage you and champion you, and focus on that, because the negativity, people aren't happy in this world, and they don't want you to be happy either. So those are some great movies. I've seen them all on Prime Video. The American Skin movie I did have to buy, but it was worth it, and I own it now. So it was like, you can rent it for like $7. You can buy it for like $12. So people spend more money on less. So yeah, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. That was The Silencing, Black Box, One Night in Miami, and American Skin. Check the movies out. Make time. Schedule. Have a movie night. Have a movie night by yourself. Have a movie night with your significant other. Have a movie night with a friend that likes movies. Just have a movie night. Watch some good movies, and kick back and relax, man. It's a hectic world we live in, and let's try not to, overwhelm ourselves all the time every day. So check those out, man. Like I said earlier, we did have some music drop. My bandmate of 2042, Val, aka also my sister, she dropped her little EP. It's called VV period 01. And I don't know what it stands for, honestly. You would have to check her out and ask her, because she's a woman, and women are hard to understand. And I ask questions, and I get these answers that just don't make sense to me, because I don't know. But I think it's like 5 or 6 songs on this EP. It's great, top to bottom. I swear, she's one of the best writers, rappers, you know, artists that I've came across. She works hard. She puts the work in for the music, and it comes out exceptional. I think I'm pretty good. I think I'm like top notch, and she's like, I feel like she's a level, like a hair above me. Not a level, but like a hair above me. So check that out. It is Val VAL, and the EP is called VV period 01, and it has some Jones on there. Some Jones that you could just ride to. Some Jones you could wake up and play. Some Jones you could play around somebody else, and it gives you that feeling of, not only are you listening to good music, but she's also saying some good stuff that's just kind of clever and witty, and the way that she does it's just great. So check that out, man. It's here. I told Joe he's gonna drop some music. We was going through some motions with these streaming platforms, streaming apps, and we had to jump over a couple hoops, but we got it. The EP's out now. I think it actually came out last week, but I wasn't here to talk to y'all, so I'm telling you now. Check that out, man. And more music's coming. We still got some videos coming. We working, man. We working. And that's that, yo. I know I'm kind of breezing through topics and stuff, but like I said, man, I don't know how much I got. There's a lot on my mind, and I just want to kind of get out some of the things that, that I want to, just get out. So, yeah, man. Listen, I read an article early last week, and I think it was on verywellmind.org, and it was talking about how rap music was used to, like, dang, man, I wish I should have like reread this article, but this is what y'all could do, and then I'll talk about this next time. All right, so it's an article on verywellmind.org, and it's about rap music and how it helps, I think, like depression or anxiety or something like that. It helps something, and it was like studied and stuff like that. And yeah, check that article out. And if y'all don't check it out, I'm gonna check it out again, and I'm gonna have more things, health wise to talk about next week when I kind of get back into, a flow, a better place than I am now. Because only thing that's on my mind and that I have to talk about is my brother passing, and listen, it's one of the toughest things. It probably is the toughest thing that I dealt with so far in life. And I don't know if y'all ever lost, like, I lost people, and I lost my best friend, a couple years ago. And that was very hard. And I'm not comparing these things, but man, they both were like my brothers, but this was actually my brother, and he was young. He was only 33, he was only 3 years young, and we lost him. The family lost him, and it's a feeling that I don't wish on anyone, because it's like a part of you, like a huge part of you, just really is gone, and it made me question a lot of things. It made me think about, I feel like my whole life flashed in front of me when I got the news, and I haven't been the same since the minute it happened. Since the minute I got the news, I've been almost a wreck, bro. Like, I'm doing okay now, just okay, but those first 5 days from when I got the news till, like I said, 5 days after that, like I was going through it. I was really going through it, and like I said, I don't know if any of y'all ever experienced this. Maybe y'all went through similar things, but man, I wasn't eating. I think I showered like once in 5 days, which is, listen, man, it's just real shit. So you could judge me if you want. It's just cool. I don't mind. I drank a lot. I drank a little bit more than I usually do. Uh, Man, like I was just thoughts racing, bro. Staying up late, waking up early, not getting any sleep, not working out, not being active. These are the things that I'm looking back and like I preach self awareness. So while I was going through this, I was aware that I was behaving certain ways and I wasn't doing the things I normally do, but also wanted to give myself the chance to actually grieve and go through it and not neglect the pain that I was feeling and just really just go through it. I wanted to give myself that chance because I didn't want to. I feel like, and I know that in the past, when I went through things, I kept it in, and I didn't really deal with it. I didn't really show it. I just kind of toughened up and shit, it be alright. I'd be alright. But I couldn't do that with this. I had to make sure that I gave my brother the proper respect and the proper just embracement, whatever, of just just dealing with it, internalizing it, and it's just crazy. It's still crazy to this day. My brother, I have a brother that's also incarcerated, and he called me today, and I was talking to him about it because, and I only talked to him like twice since this happened, so I know he's in there, really probably. Well, I know, like I said, he's really going through it and mind racing and not okay and just going through the motions too, like we are out here, but he's in there, without the freedom, without the quick phone call, just calling somebody, yo, what's going on? Like, not able to pull up at the crib or, not able to do anything. And I felt for him too, because it's like, damn, bro, I know, because he's the second oldest son, My brother that passed, he was the first son. And then my brother that's incarcerated is the second son. And I'm the youngest son. So out of my mom and my dad's kids. And then, I have another brother that's right above me. So like I said, man, it's him. I know they had some years together, obviously, because they were the first two sons. So I know that's hitting him, entirely different, than it's hitting me. So the whole family, we're all going through it, but we're all getting through it, you know. And it's it made me question, just where do like I thought about where people go when they die, obviously, just like I'm sure everybody thought of it here and there. But it just made me wonder, like, you know, my brother was only 33 when he left us. My best friend was only 29 when he died, and that had me questioning a lot of things. And I feel like the odds right now ain't in my favor to for longevity in this world, So I'm God willing, I make it a long time, but I'm really realizing that time is of the essence, and you think that you have more time to do the things that you want to do, but you really don't. You don't know how much time you have. I feel like I lost my brother and 33 years is not enough time not to really do all the things that you want to do, that you feel like you could do. And he was doing his thing, and I'm trying to find peace in knowing that he was just doing things his way and not following other people, and he was just a genuine guy, sweet guy, nice, loving, caring. He went by Mr. Amazing, and if you knew him and you got to know him and you spent time around him, then you knew that he was just that. You know, he was an amazing person. That's not like anybody else. And you know, when I was talking to my brother that's, you know, in jail, I was telling him too, like, you know, we can look at, you know, characteristics that, you know, my brother had, and we can emulate those things and copy those things and, you know, use those, the ways that he was to better ourselves. Because I know that, you know, see, I'm a little lazy and I procrastinate a lot. But my brother, he didn't do those things, you know, when he worked and you know, when it was time to work, he worked, and when it wasn't time to work, then he chilled. And you know, that feature alone of just discipline, of just doing things when you need to do it. And like, you know, I'm a work in progress, bro, just like all of us. And you know, he really excelled at some things, and it's we have to look at those things and celebrate, you know, his life and his legacy, and you know, look after his son, and you know, just keep it pushing forward, because you know, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And I feel like if we can all just take the baton and go as far as we can, and then, you know, when our time is up, we pass that baton to the next person, or the next, you know, people, and let them carry that thing a little further, you know. So that's where I'm trying to stay with it. You know, I'm trying to stay in a positive. I'm trying to, you know, keep it celebratory. I'm trying to, you know, just remember the good times and hold on to those memories. But it's hard, bro. It's hard because I'd rather just have bro here than have to fucking sit here and think about memories and look at pictures and fuck, bro. Like, I'd do anything to get my brother back. And it's crazy because, you know, that's not really an option. And I know he's in a better place now, and I hope he's at peace, and you know, he's up there with, you know, the other our other family members we lost, and I hope he's up there, and I know he's up there with, you know, my boy that I lost a couple years ago. They probably up there balling or some shit. I already know who's winning, but we ain't even gotta talk about it, you know. My brother, this guy would come out. We had this park by the crib where we grew up, and my brother would come out with the headband on and the arm sleeve on and the long tube socks and some Air Force, some mid forces with the strap on, strapped up, ready to ball. You know, with just and he swore he was nice. He swore he was nice. You couldn't tell him shit. Nigga pull up the ugliest 3-pointer ever, and you just laugh because the shot's so ugly, but then it'll go in straight net, straight water. It's like, bro, you should not be making these shots, and you dress like you really about to ball hard, and he wouldn't even ball hard. He would just play around, and that's who he was, man. He is playful, and you know, he just like to have fun and joke, and it's just, I just like that he was always him, no matter what. You know, he was always just him. And I remember just wrestling as a kid. You know, we grew up watching wrestling: The Rock, Stone Cold, Undertaker, Mankind, DX, all the throwback wrestling. You know, when wrestling was lit, when we shouldn't have been watching that as kids, but it was a ritual. Every Monday we all sit down as a family and we sit around the TV. And this is before flat screens and stuff like that. This is back when if you had a big 40-inch TV, then it was the big joint with the big box in the back of it. You know what I mean? And we ain't had that joint anyway. We ain't had that no way. I can't even remember what kind of TV we had, but we all sat around that joint and we would watch wrestling, and right after wrestling we go to bed, get ready for school in the morning. And then on weekends we'd wrestle. We put each other in moves and DDTs and sharpshooters. I remember my brother, he like Kurt Angle and I think Bret Hart and people that did little submission moves. He was a big submission guy. put me in the ankle lock one time, and I like Jeff Hardy in them, and the high flyers. I be flipping off the couch on them, and just having fun, man. And that's the type of things that I try to remember, and that brings a smile to my face just knowing, because we had a lot of fun, and he was a real good big brother, and I really don't take those moments for granted, and I'm glad I got to spend 29 years with him on this earth. Because I'm 29, obviously, if y'all didn't understand, and they say Jesus died at 33, so my brother dying at 33, I know he was something special, and he lived like it, and it's outside of the good memories and stuff like that. It is a lot when someone passes. It's a lot that I didn't really know that went into it, that goes into it. So when someone passes, obviously you got to take care of all of their stuff. Their finances, what they left behind, their assets, and things like that. And this stuff is draining. By like day 3 of just going through all this, like, man, I was just drained, like emotionally drained, physically drained, just mentally drained, trying to just do all this stuff in a short amount of time, and and on top of that, I'm also moving, so I'm trying to move in the middle of making arrangements for my brother, and it's like, on top of taking care of his bills he left behind, and his, like I said, his assets, and taking care of just all the finances, and making arrangements for funerals, and it's a lot, bro. So one thing that y'all can think about now is, and I'm gonna do this myself once I get through it all, is just making sure that your affairs are in order. Like, yeah, just making sure your affairs are in order. Like, if you're working at a job and you have a good job, and most jobs, I think, like if you're full time, they give you like life insurance and stuff like that, and make sure that you have somebody on your life insurance that is responsible and will do good with the money you leave behind, so that it's just easier to get things done, and just make sure that you have who you want to have your things, and just try to pre-plan. Just do your best to pre-plan, because there's a lot that goes into it, and nobody in my family dealt with a loss like this before, so we're all, like, literally all of us is trying to figure it out as we go, because we never did this. Like, when my grandmom died, that's probably the next closest person that's like family that I can like vividly remember. Well, I lost a cousin last year, I believe, but I was stuck in Virginia at the time, so I missed that one. But like I said, this is like close family. So yeah, this is the first time that any of us really dealt with this as adults, and because when my grandmom died, I was very young, so like I remember it, but I don't remember it that well, and I didn't have to deal with it, But now I'm a whole adult. We're all adults. Like, literally, all my siblings are adults, and yeah, man, it's just, we were all just kind of lost in the sauce and didn't know what to do, and trying to deal with our emotions of dealing with the loss of a son, of a brother, of a nephew, of just an uncle, a friend, a father. All these, just dealing with that. It's a lot, bro, and I just pray that I can get acceptance and I can find the strength and to just keep going forward. And like I said, I'm looking at the ways my brother was and trying to copy some of those good characteristics and those traits and put them into myself and be a better version of me. Because that's all I could do. And it's a lot, man. Death is a lot. It's just, it's not something that I thought would ever hit this close to home, at this age where I feel like it's so magnified. It's not like I'm young where I don't really know, and it's not like I'm old where it's kind of expected. This is like supposed to be my prime years. I'm supposed to be hitting my 30, hitting that stride and really taking off. But yeah, like this is like right here, smack in the middle, and like I was talking to y'all early on with the first couple episodes. This year just felt so good, and I felt like I was going to get so many things done and really take off just creatively and just in a lot of ways, outside more than creatively. I can't think right now, y'all. So yeah, just everything was just going well. Everything was lining up. Everything was moving good, and it's really kind of, I don't want to say it snapped me back to reality, but in a sense, I guess it did. Like it really halted me, in the moment of like, it stopped everything, like literally everything. And like I said, man, my whole life flashed in front of me, and it still does on a regular. And it's just, it makes me wonder, like, do people really, is the heaven really after this? Are we in heaven now? I heard that theory. Is there a place that's better than this? I mean, it has to be, because it's not like we live forever anyway. You know, it's, I wonder. Like, it made me think. Like, when I die, like, should I just be like locked in a freezer somewhere to like, keep my body in a good condition, to where maybe sometime in the future they create something that can bring me back to life, if that's even possible? Or like, do I want to get cremated, and maybe can you like plant me in the ground and I grow back as a tree or something? Does that still give me, would that still give me life? I know I was talking to my sister, prior to all this. She always told me that she wanted to be cremated. And at the time, I'm like, nah, that's crazy. I don't never want to be cremated. I just felt like that's kind of harsh on my body. But then I'm thinking now, you know, do I want to be in the ground and just rot? I don't. Who knows? Like, you should think about these things. How you want to be, how you want to go out. I did tell my family, listen, if I go, all the music I made and all the things I done, I want all that shit to be at my funeral. Nigga, spin all my podcasts. I don't give a fuck. Like, nah, that might be too long. Podcasts are kind of long. But all my songs, you could play those. They're gonna be like 2-3 minutes long. Spin them Jones all at my funeral. That week I die, if I go, like I said, when the time comes, cause everybody times comes, yo. Just spin my tracks, celebrate my life. Just know I'm in a better place, and hopefully I'll see everybody when we get there, yo. For real, it's, I don't know why people go, but they can't stay here with us for long. So, hold your loved ones. Cherish your relationships. Don't waste time, y'all. Time we don't have all day. We don't have. I mean, we have all day, but you got to make this time count because you just never know. So do what you got to do. This is one of the things that this is just teaching me a little more. Not teaching me, but just reaffirming is that I have to go after the things that I want to do and the dreams that I want to pursue and the goals that I want to achieve. Like, that was my mindset, but this is like reaffirming, like I said, that mindset even more, reinforcing that mindset even more. Let me say that. Because yeah, man, you gotta make this time count, and make sure that you don't have any regrets. Make sure you live in the way that you want to live, and you have the opinions that you want to have, and just keep growing and enhancing yourself and trying to be a better version of yourself. Take care of your physical health, your mental health, your emotional health, your health period. Be aware of your eating habits. Stay active. Make sure you have healthy lungs, good kidneys, and bladders good, and your brain is healthy. Like, go to the doctor, get your checkups. If you need to go to counseling because you're having trouble dealing with something, deal with your trauma. Like, really take care of yourself. Like, you can't ever be faulted. Can't nobody fault you for taking care of you, because you have a right to yourself. You owe it to yourself. Like, you do owe it to yourself to take care of yourself. You only get one body in this world. You can't just go get a new one. So, take care of it. Treat it like a temple. That's how I do. And find healthy balances. If you know you're a drinker, if you know you're a smoker, make sure you stay active to keep, your organs in good condition, as good as they're going to be. If you know that you're going to do things that, jeopardize your health, make sure you eat healthy. Make sure you scrap that fast food. That stuff's not good for you. You can make some salmon, some fish in the oven in 20 minutes. You can, steam some fresh broccoli 10 minutes, bro. Like, these things don't take long. Don't be lazy and try to take the shortcuts, because these shortcuts is only taking some off the back end, So, take care of yourself now. Don't wait till later. Don't put it off until tomorrow. And I'm not saying that I eat healthy every day. I have my cheat days, but I try to have far less cheat days than I do good healthy eating days. I drink a lot of water, a lot of water. That's mainly what I consume. Room temperature water. That's just me. That's my preference. I drink a lot of water throughout the day. I try to eat healthy. I do bored eat. So I'm trying not to, when I'm bored, I'm trying not to eat, and I'll try to just like do some push-ups or something. And that's something that I'm gonna have to try to get back into, because like I said, after this experience that I'm still going through, it threw my whole routine off that I had going for me. I didn't make it to the gym in like a week, so I'm gonna try to, and I'm still moving, like I said, on top of that. So I'm trying to find time to make sure I take care of myself, just like I've been telling y'all to do. Just find that 10, 15, 20 minutes out the day to take care of yourself. I'm trying to, re-implement that back into my life. That time for me. So, and another thing that I just remembered, that I was just telling my siblings, because, I always look at things from a different perspective. And, damn, I just lost my train of thought. Wow, this is wild, man. Oh yeah. Now I remember. Like if y'all ever go through this, like you don't have to um deal with these things all day, you know? So like the one day, it was just probably like day 3, day 4 or something. Um like I was just done. Like I was literally just tapped out from everything. I couldn't even think, bro. Like I couldn't. And I just told myself like I'm not dealing with this. And it's not to sound harsh or sound like rude, but uh, I was just saying like I'm not dealing with this anymore today, you know, cuz I don't have to. Like if I dealt with it, this was probably like 7 at night, you know, after a long day. And I told myself and I was like I'm not dealing with any more grief today. I'm gonna just try to relax and either go to sleep or just, you know, do something that can take my mind off of things for a little bit. And at the time, I was there. My sister was there. My parents was there. My brother was there. And my sister, she's still, you know, talking like, you know, just still going at it, yo. And I'm just like, fam, listen, I can't deal with this anymore today. Like I was done. And I didn't. And I was telling my brother this. We don't have to deal with it all day and drain ourselves for, you know, like 16 hours of the day. You know, like let's take the time to deal with it. If it's half the day, if it's 8 hours of the day, fine, let it be 8 hours of the day. But at some point, we have to step away from it. And, you know, I didn't necessarily take time for myself, but I did just take time to relax and just kind of take my mind off of things for a little bit. You know, watch a little YouTube, try to listen to some music. I started to watch that one night in Miami. I watched half of it, and then you know I went back and finished the other half a little later, just recently. But yeah, man, like whatever you're going through in life, whatever you're dealing with, you don't have to deal with it all day. You know, take time to just not think about things and not be upset or not be stressed or not be, you know, sad or melancholy or whatever. Just take some time away from it. All right. That's my advice to y'all. Listen, this was a tough time and it still is a tough time. Tomorrow we're actually having a funeral. Well, today technically, Friday, and you know it's going to be tough. And you know I'm gonna try to stay strong. I know it's going to be very emotional, but I'll get through it. We'll all get through it. And yeah, man, it's wild times, yo. Like nothing feels like it used to feel for sure. And you know, I guess I'm still here for a reason. I guess I have more work to do, and I'm open for that work. You know, so you know, to my brother, I love you, and I miss you already. And you know, just look over me and look over the family. And until we meet again, it's your little brother Omar. That's that. Y'all take care. Y'all stay strong. Y'all do what y'all gotta do for yourselves. For me, I have a semester. I don't know if anybody else's semester starting next week, but mine's is. Good luck. Start off strong. Um, you know, do your assignments on time. Just start off on the right foot. Don't procrastinate. Don't put things off. If it's easy assignment, just knock it out. Don't be like, oh, it's easy. I'll do it later. Just do it once you got the time. The minute you got the time, just do it. You know, usually beginning classes, the beginning of semesters, you know, it's just like introductions and read something probably not too strenuous. So do them little small assignments, get those little bit of points that, you know, that you can get, that you can earn, and just start off on the right foot. You know, make sure you order your books, y'all. Don't, if you got the money, if you got the funds. I know how it be. I'm a college student too. You know, I don't always get books on time. Just, you know, get those books, figure out what your assignments are, write them out on like a calendar or a to-do list. Um, if you need to do them like weekly assignments, if you can't like write all the assignments down because that's just too overwhelming for you for like the whole semester, just do them in weekly increments, like weekly homework to-do list. Write it out, check it off. Just set yourself up for success. Set your future self up for less work. That's really what it's about. Setting your future self up for more convenience, less work, less stress. Well, the stress is always going to be here, but it's a different stress. It's not stress like, oh, I have so much to do. It's stress like, all right, man, I gotta. It's just less. It's less. It's different stress, and it could be less in a certain way. So, just set your future self up for success. Do what you got to do. Start off the semester on the right foot. If you're not going to school, it's about to be a new month starting Monday. So, if you just want to use this week to relax and just prepare for that, you just start off the month on the right foot. Try to get your funds in order because I know rent's coming up for some people and mortgages and, just try to take things one day at a time. If you ain't got the rent money, you ain't got it, So just do what you can. Do what you can. Sometimes, it's real life out here and don't overwhelm yourself because, listen, if you die today, your job will replace you. Your school will replace you. A lot of this shit don't matter, bro. A lot of it don't matter. And, do what you need to do that's best for you. Don't put your blood, sweat, and tears into these jobs that don't care, or don't put your blood, sweat, and tears towards something that is meaningless, Just do what you want to do, or find a way to do what you want to do, or use your current situation to, catapult what you're trying to do. If you're working, try to save up a little money to put towards something else that you're trying to accomplish. Don't just devote all your resources to just your one job or something like that. Like try to figure it out. Try to make it work. Create a map, not a map. Create a plan, map it out, and stick to it. And that's the best thing you could do. For real. All right, y'all. So we approaching about an hour, and I got a long day ahead of me tomorrow, so I'm gonna head out here now. Do I want to give y'all another song off that VVO1? I think I will. So let's see. This one's called No Fears. It's by Val. Like I said, it's off that VVO1. Make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube, Omeezy2042. Follow me on Instagram at ohh.omar. You can follow the podcast page at Mornings with Omar. I'm everywhere you listen to podcasts at. Holla, y'all. Take care.
Bitches disappear now. Now we ain't got no fears, no. Now we ain't got no fears, no. Now we ain't got no fears, no. No. Fast forward some years. You got some kids and they're gorgeous. past ways. You're still looking good, I came from there. No.
Like I said, yo, that's Val VVO1. That song is called No Fears. Short interlude. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for checking me out again. Until next time, it's your boy. I'm out.